I'm Geovani, and I make this video for the purpose of midterm examination of the subject organizational behavior for my lecturer, Mr. Adi Mursalin. Before I start, I will answer the three part of question. The first is part A1, and then A2, and then part B. And I will start to answer the part A first. The first question is define organizational behavior to three experts and interpret the definition in my own words. I have three definitions from expert here. The first one is from Stephen P. Robbins. He said that organizational behavior is a field of study that investigates the impact of individuals, groups, and structure have on behavior within organization for purpose of applying such knowledge toward improving an organization's effectiveness. Based on this definition, the Stephen P. Robbins wants us to know more about that organizational behavior is about the groups, not about individual. And the next definition is from Kate Davis. He said that organizational behavior is the study and application of knowledge about how people as individual and as a group act with organization. It strives to identify ways in which people can act more effectively. By this definition, I think that he is a little bit different with Stephen P. Robbins, that he said that it's about individual and groups. And the next definition is from Lutyens. He said that organizational behavior can be defined as the understanding, prediction, and management of the human resource behavior affect the performance of the organization. He is more likely to expand the organizational behavior on the purpose. Question number 2. What are the three levels of analysis in OB model? Are they related? If so, how? What disciplines are involved in OB? What do each discipline contribute to OB? I will answer all of these questions. The first answer is individual level analysis, group level analysis, and organization system level analysis is the three analysis in OB model. And then they are related. Why? It starts with individual diversity characteristics, personality, and value that are shaped by a combination of an individual's genetic inheritance and childhood environment. Then it creates group structure, group structure, roles, and team responsibilities that are typically assigned immediately before or after a group is formed. And finally, it will be resulted on organizational behavior and culture. And then what discipline are involved in OB? Discipline involved in OB are psychology, social psychology, sociology, and anthropology. Psychology contribute on learning, perception, personality, emotions, training, leadership, effectiveness, needs and motivational force, job satisfaction, decision-making process, performance approach, attitude measurement, employee selection techniques, work design, and job stress. And then social psychology is contribute to measuring, understanding, and changing attitudes, identifying communication patterns, and building trust. And then sociology. Sociology is involved organization culture, formal organization theory and structure, organizational technology, communication, power, conflict. And anthropology is organizational culture, organizational environments, and differences among national cultures. Next, I will answer question number 3. What is attribution theory? What are its implications for explaining behavior in organization? Well, attribution theory is intended to help a person to understand the cause of the human behavior, be it their own or someone else. The basic of attribution theory is that people want to know the reason for the action that they and others take. They want to attribute causes to behavior they see rather than assuming that these behaviors are random. And attribution are critical to management because perceived cause of behavior may influence manager and employees' judgment and actions. Attribution also influence employee motivation. An employee who perceive the cause of their success to be outside of their control may be reluctant to attempt a new task and may lose motivation to perform well in the workplace. Question number 4. Question is about the study case where the story about our boss and calm and edgy argumentable, and the next he is calm and relaxed. Does this behavior suggest that personality traits are not consistent from day to day? Support your answer with the theory based on study in OB. Okay, I think that the answer is no. These are simply variation in his emotional state. Emotion can be changed because emotion are a reaction to an object, not a trait. They are object specific. Emotion have a number dimension, which are variety, intensity, frequency, and duration, which is the duration of the emotional self can be only temporary. Just James Lang theory says that people experience emotion because they perceive their body's psychological response to external events. According to this theory, people don't cry because they feel sad. Rather, people feel sad because they cry. And likewise, they feel happy because they smile. Question number 5. What is the relationship between job satisfaction and absenteeism? And job satisfaction and turnover, which is the stronger relationship? Support your explanation with the previous research. Okay, we find a consistent negative relationship between satisfaction and absenteeism. Dissatisfied employees are more likely to miss work. And about job satisfaction, dissatisfaction is more likely to translate into turnover when employment opportunities are plentiful because employee perceive it's easy to move. The relationship between job satisfaction and turnover is stronger than between satisfaction and absenteeism. The research is from from the Stephen P. Robbins books. I know that this relationship is kind of related, and I probably say that job satisfaction is to turnover is stronger than the relationship between satisfaction and absenteeism. The 6th question is what can firms do to create more motivating environments for their employee? Give example to support your answer. Okay, the thing that they can do are remove some job controls, increase worker accountability for their own work, give worker complete units of work to produce, give greater job freedom or additional authority to worker, make periodically report directly to the worker, not through the supervisor, introduce new and more difficult tasks, and assign specialized tasks to workers so they can become expert. All of these things is done by the firm in order to make the worker itself being creative. They could do something that is more than the manager told. And one of the point that I said that they can make a report to the manager not only by supervisor, but they can report it by themselves. Next is question number 7. Explain the Maslow hierarchy theory of needs and hierarchy theory, Maclaurin theory of needs, motivation hygiene theory, and how are they related to each other. First is hierarchy of needs theory. The best known theory of motivation is Abraham Maslow hierarchy theory of needs. There are 5 Maslow hypotheses that within include hunger, that within every human being there exists hierarchy of 5 needs. The first one is psychological. It includes hunger, thirst, shelter, sex, and other bodily needs. And the second one is safety. It's about security and protection from physical and emotional harm. And the third is social. Affection, belongingness, acceptance, and friendship. And the fourth one is esteem. It is internal factors such as self-respect and autonomy and achievement, and external factors such as status, recognition, and attention. The fifth is self-actualization, drive to become what we are capable of, and including growth, achieving our potential, and self-fulfillment. Hierarchy theory is a theory in psychology proposed by Clayton Alford. Alford further developed Maslow's hierarchy of needs by categorizing the hierarchy into his hierarchy theory: existence, relatedness, and growth. The existence group is concerned with providing the basic materially existent requirement of humans. McClellan theory of needs was developed by David McClellan and his associates. There are three needs based on the McClellan theory. First one is need for achievement, and second one, the first one is need for achievement. It's a need to drive to excel, to achieve the relationship, to set a standard for a person. And then the needs for power is the needs to make others behave in a way that way not have otherwise, so they can do things with power. And then the needs of affiliation. It is the desire for friendly and close interpersonal relationship. And then the two-factor theory, also known as Herzberg motivation hygiene theory, and dual-factor theory. This theory states that there are certain factors in the workplace that cause job satisfaction, while a separate set of factors cause dissatisfaction. The relationship between all this theory is from the one theory into another. There is one basic, which is the Maslow theory of needs, and then the other expert try to develop the theory from that Maslow theory. We move to the part A2. The first question is about OB is for everyone. Will an argument to support this statement? Well, OB is a field of study that investigate the impact of individual, group, and structure on behavior within organization. In this case, that OB is for everyone means that everything that is learned in OB is applicable for daily life. Everyone can use the concept of OB in daily life, such as living in a family, building a good behavior, and how to act in such condition in a group or community. Like when we are in college, it teaches how we behave when we are with lecturer. The second question is, give some example of situation where expressing emotion openly might improve job performance. Well, expressing emotion like when you are happy and you express it in the workplace, it will be a good thing because you are in a good mood to do a job. Also, when you express it, other people will try to entertain you, and cheer you up. So your job performance will not be interfering by your emotion. So that's why expressing in a workplace is so important. Question number 3. Managers should do everything they can to enhance the job satisfaction of their employees. Do you agree or disagree? Support your position. Okay, in this term, I agree. Why? Because managers are interested in job satisfaction trends to center on its productive worker. It will affect on the performance of the worker itself. Because happy workers are not necessarily productive workers, but productivity is likely to lead to satisfaction. Organizations with more satisfied employees tend to be more effective than with less satisfied employees. And then the fourth question, identify 3 activities you really enjoy and identify 3 activities you don't like. And using expectancy theory, why is of your answer to assess why some activities stimulate your effort while it's done. Okay, the 3 activities that I like, for example, is first listening to music, traveling, watching movies. When I listen to music, I believe that I can gain the healing for my mood because I like music. And then when I traveling, I believe that I could refreshing my mind and know a lot of new place. And watching movie, after watching movie, I believe that I get stories that may make me being happy. And the other 3 things that I dislike are smoking, skating, and sit for a long time. Why I hate all of these things? First one is smoking. Some people like smoking, right? But I don't, because I believe that it could harm my health. And then skating, even though it looks fun, but I believe that it could be dangerous when I don't know how to use a skate. And then the sit for a long time, I believe it could be bored because I am a active person, and then I don't believe it could make me better. Question number 5. How is OB applied in your life as a student in university, as an employee in a workplace, and as an employer? As a university student, OB help in the class. How to behave to lecture, how to keep in a good mood, or keep happy when the situation is not good, so I can perform well in the class. As an employee in a workplace, OB help as well in terms of job satisfaction and performance. It is related on how we behave toward the situation to keep the good performance during the work. And then as an employer, I try to understand about the needs of employee. Considering the needs, as an employee, I should give motivation so the employee can do good performance in order to achieve the company's goals. Now let's move to the part B questions. The first one is asked about the performance of my friends in the class and what they talking about, what can I get from them. Okay, I will start from the first chapter. The first chapter is what is organizational behavior. It is delivered by Amanda Tiara-Rizky and Luna Anissa. Their presentation is good. All of the information they want to deliver is clear, so I can understand well. From this presentation, I can know about the detail of organizational behavior in general. And the second chapter is Diversity in Organization by Ersa and Miriam Asali. Their presentation is okay. Information is clear, I can understand well. From this presentation, I can know about the diversity in a company and other organizations. And the third chapter is Attitudes and Job Satisfaction, delivered by Indri Fadil and me, Andre Geovani. Me and Indri deliver the material. I think it's already good. We deliver about the attitudes and job satisfaction in a company. The fourth chapter is Emotions and Mood by Masita and Pandu Wibowo. Their presentation is good. All information can be absorbed. From this presentation, I can know about the emotions and the mood of the employee during the work hour. And the fifth chapter is Personality and Values, delivered by Rianti and Reno Akbar Rizky. Their presentation is great. I can get what they want to deliver, and from this presentation I can know about the personality and values which is various in a company. The sixth chapter is Perception and Individual Decision Making by Sefrilia Putri and Erickson Sanjaya. Their presentation is outstanding. I can understand what they want to give from this presentation. I can also know about variety of perception and individual decision making process. And the seventh chapter is Motivation Concept by Handy and Stephen. Their presentation is very nice. I can know many information from them, from their presentation. I can know about the motivation that is useful to boost the employee performance. The eighth chapter is Motivation from Concept to Application by Tiara and Kusnul. Their presentation is good. I can understand well from this presentation. I can know the next application on the motivation after learning about the concept from the previous chapter. And the ninth chapter is Foundation of Group Behavior by Daniel and Karin. Their presentation is nice. I can get many things and precise information. From this presentation, I can know about how to create the foundation of group behavior. Okay, here comes the second question in the part B, which is we asked to watch 4 videos at least and identify what are the speaker talk about with the speaker, and here is my answer. The first video that I watched titled The Power of Decision Making by Benedict Orfeld. This is published in channel TEDx Talks. This published on December 23rd, 2016. Okay, I will start to talk about the video. Every day we make 20,000 decisions as the speaker open the speech. Most of them are with light speed. Brain research provides that. At the least of them, on the other hand, are rational and well through the behavioral economy shows that. Benedict Asbury feels that which 3 decision traps you should certainly avoid and how you can utilize the research. Decision making runs like a golden thread the Benedict afterlife decision that made his standards hold no beard. At the age of 13, you will have found him sitting on the rooftop meditating. At 16, with the little more than 2 months work experience, he decided himself to become an entrepreneur. So this is the story for the Benedict after itself. And then nowadays, Benedict enabled people and companies to live and work smart by sharing his expertise and psychology on decision making. The second video is titled 2 Reasons Why People Resist Change, How to Drive Organizational Change. This video is uploaded on channel John Izzo. It's published on October 30, 2013. He speaks about the stress, about how stress can affect organization resist to change, or maybe about the frustration and about the decision making that we made. And then in this video, he explained about that it is not actually changing itself that people in your company are resisting. So what are the resisting itself? So there are, in organizational change is resisted for 2 reasons. The first one is they don't feel there is a purpose for the change, or they don't feel involved. So this is the bottom line of the speech, where there are only 2 causes that make an employee feel not motivated in a company. So the bottom line from this presentation by the Mr. John Izzo is that when people know why they should change, most people will step up and make the change necessary. The next video, titled Organizational Culture by Joel Peterson. It is uploaded on channel Stanford Graduate School of Business, published on 23rd March 2010. In this video, the speaker said that when starting a new venture, it is easy to get consumed when it starts in making into reality. But without giving careful thought about one interacts with others, particularly on the team, a founder might be setting a culture without knowing it. What can a founder do to positive impact the culture for the long term in these very early days? And what should we do as a person who has the impact toward the culture? The lecturer Joel Peterson, who is the speaker herself, leads a discussion on the issues surrounding development of a corporate culture in a new business venture, and that is basically what the speaker are talking about. And the next video is Change Management Unit 1, Organizational Change. And the next video, titled the Change Management Unit 1, Organizational Change. It is delivered by Professor Dr. Holger Sommerfeld, and it is uploaded to the channel IUBH Fan Studium. It was published on March 14, 2014. And in this video, the course Change Management part of the Master Business Administration program, Professor Dr. Holger Sommerfeld discussed the topic about organizational change. By the end, this topic is delivered by the Dr. Holger itself about the change in the organizational behavior, because the organizational part, such as employee and managers, are easily to change depend on the manufacturer. And at the end of this lecture, we will be able to understand about the organizational change is about. We will realize that all organization need to change in order to survive, and that organizational change can be difficult. And I think that is 4 videos that I watched, and I hope that can be useful for the people who can see these videos, and I hope the best for my midterm examination score. Thank you very much.